What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up, my people? How we doing? Happy Wednesday. How is everyone? How is everyone? I'm I had a little bit. I forgot to turn off the thing. The child told me to go on there and turn off. Damn it. Let me see if I can pull it up while I'm on this screen, cause I ain't even I didn't do what she said. You know what I'm saying? The child told me to turn off the notifications from her system, and I forgot to do that. And knowing I need to do that because y'all know how these um computers is, and you can't do everything because it'll stop you and block you. But how y'all doing? Happy Wednesday, y'all. I'm happy to be back. Happy New Year. I was Happy New Year. Happy January. Whatever. Welcome. I was just putting on my Facebook page earlier today, like, when is the time to stop saying Happy New Year, because I'm tired of saying it, but that don't mean it's time for us to stop saying it. And people had different opinions about it, about when it's time to give up saying Happy New Year. But that's always gonna be the case. You're always gonna have people that feel like you could say it for a week, people that feel like you should be saying it for months. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to know, when did y'all think it was enough, when enough is enough? You know what I'm saying? When enough is enough. But welcome. How y'all doing? How is everyone? You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? Whoever tuned in, tell me how you doing. I want to know. I need to know how y'all feeling, how y'all doing, how y'all living. Are y'all doing things that matter to you? Is there anything in your life that you should be doing that you're not doing? That's what we're gonna be talking about today. So let's get on into it. We're gonna start off with our quote of the day. Yes, y'all, we're gonna get on into it because it's time. The quote of the day. We may not have a lot of time, but we do have a lot of purpose in our time. That's the quote. That's the quote for the day. We may not have a lot of time, but we do have a lot of purpose in our time. And that's going to be still up to you, how you do it, what you do, how you're making yourself be accountable for the things that you're supposed to be doing out here. You know what I'm saying? It's important to, if you put goals in place, it's important to follow those things through. It's important to be beneficial to yourself about your goals. All that stuff is good. You got to at least make sure that in the time that you have been given, that you take the time to do things that make you whole, make you beneficial, or whatever. Okay. So that's one of the important things that come along with we may not have a lot of time, but we do have a lot of purpose in our time. Don't ever think that um you got all the time in the world. That's a myth. If you believe that you're one of those people that just got all the time in the world, it's a myth. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know we all leave here, so you cannot be out here just not doing what you're supposed to be doing for yourself, just because you think that you got all the time in the world. If you ain't all gas no brakes, you wasting time right now. You gotta be at it. You gotta be at it. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. You gotta be at it. So let's just say for for let's just say for example, if you planned a goal and you decided that now is the time for you to take ownership of that, and you have to start being responsible for that goal. What are you going to, just because you feel like you're not ready, are you going to just like say, I'm gonna put it to the side and that's that? Or if you do put it to the side, are you going to continue to build toward it, work toward it, do the things that you're supposed to do to make that thing happen? Because we don't have all the time in the world. That if no matter how we feel, what we think, everybody's not going to live to 99. Everybody's not going to live to 69. So we have to make use of what we're doing now with our time, with ourselves, with our lives, with our benefits, with our children, with our partners. We have to make use of the time that we are given now. All right. So we may not have a lot of time, but we got a lot of purpose and time. I think that's pretty clear as what I've kind of put out there, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory after that, right? Yeah, we're good. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. So, um, when you've been working so hard toward one thing for so many years, like raising children, and you reach that goal, how do you figure out what you're going to do next? A lot of us do fall into those stumps where we don't know what's next. You don't, and then the part about answering that question is some of us have already been planning what's next for years, for years. So it is not a whole thing about what's next, is implementing it. Because a lot of times we already know what's next, but we don't want to we don't want to go ahead and just jump into it and start implementing what it is that we should be doing. You know what I'm saying? We're a little, either you're nervous about it, or you're thinking to yourself, is this something I really want to do? You're thinking to yourself, what if it don't work out? You like giving yourself all these reasons to not go forth with what you're trying to do. And it's important that you just go ahead and do it. It's really important that you just go ahead and do it, because it's something that you've already been planning for. More than none anyway. We Things that we've already decided that we wanted to be a part of our lives. We already put it out there. We already done put the work in for it. We already done decided that this is what's going to be happening. So we're not questioning it. But there are times when you have those emotional days, or you just have those thoughts of like, man, when I was a parent, I was busy all the time. When I was a parent, I was always on go. And now I got all this extra time, all this, and I'm sitting here with my fingers crossed. And no, you just taking a break right now. You just taking a break because you have been doing a lot. You have been doing a lot, making sure your children are straight. You've been doing a lot to make sure everybody's taken care of. So now that you have the opportunity to do a little bit of focus on you, we're gonna talk about those, how to get through a lot of those things, because a lot of us can act like or talk about things like, oh, it don't bother us. But when you've been with a child or children for years and years on end, almost every day of their lives, it's not just like, oh, when they're gone, it's just going to be the easiest thing to try to maneuver around. You're going to get through it, but it's not always the easiest thing to try to maneuver around. You feel me? So when you've been working so hard toward raising children and you reach that goal, the next thing is to figure out what's next. Okay. The emptiness is both exciting and unsettling, because you're excited for what your children are going to be doing. You're excited for what your loved ones are going to be doing. You're excited because you're going to have a lot of time to yourself and you ain't got to do all this and all that. But then you start to miss it. As your kids age, they need you less for sheer survival, but more to guide them through life, root them, and help them become more independent. So as a parent, um it may seem hard at first to start letting go, but as you realize there's no letting go ever as a parent, you can it ain't no it's no letting go. You just like, it's just another stage to it. So, but the difference is you got a lot more freedom. You have a lot more time to decide what's next for you and the opportunities that you have in tow. That's the difference. That's the huge difference in where you are now with them when they're younger and where you're going to be when they get a little bit older. That's the difference. You don't get to tell them how, you don't have to tell them what to do, to what to wear every day, or to get up and do this and to get up and do that. They're supposed to be maneuvering through that on their own. But now you have the opportunity to sit back and watch what you invested so much time, so much dedication, so much money into when it comes to your children. You know, it's a huge benefit to be a parent. It's a huge benefit. So a lot of us, like I said, it's some people that's happy. I got the conversation I want to have with the people that already know what they want to do. They ready to go forth. It hadn't really hit them yet that their child is moving on, because they're trying to stay busy. They're trying to stay busy, so it's not hitting them. But then you have on the other side the parents who are sitting there questioning, what's for me now? What am I going to be doing now? You have that side of things, because it's a lot of parents that do not feel like they have a plan, because they felt like this is what I'm doing, and that's, I'm going to be doing this forever. But no, not yes, and in a capacity, but not in this capacity. So it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. So a lot of them don't have the stamina to know what's next for them. And you know how some people say you can't, it's hard for people to retire from a job or from something they've been doing for years and years and years. That's how it is with a lot of people when it comes to parenting. They don't know how to move forward because that's all they know. So we're going to talk through that really quickly. If you're one of those people that are asking yourself these questions, who am I now? What is my purpose? How can I serve others? Though it's those type of things are things that you can start to implement. There are things that you can implement to help you not have to have those questions. And sometimes it seems kind of rare, like, oh, I don't want to really, I don't really want to feel like I gotta do all this just so I don't have to feel so empty. But it's not about feeling empty, it's about making yourself feel fulfilled because of what you have already been doing. You've been doing so many things in your whole lives that you don't realize that at some point you have to think about you and you have to put you first. And because you've never really done that, it's difficult for you to sit up and be like, oh, I can move on and just do this any kind of way and I'm good. No, it's not always that easy. And a lot of people don't want to admit to that. But it isn't always that easy, especially for a lot of people. So you've been preparing for this your whole life. You just, because everybody knows that your children grow up. Like, you can't put a a time machine or a stamp on this and be like, okay, it's, we got a little bit more time. No, 18 is next month. It's next month. So that warping thought that they're gonna always need me. Yes, keep that, because that's true. But what they need you for is going to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, what your kids need you for is going to change, especially as they get older. Don't be so isolated to where you feel like ain't nobody else going through this but you. Don't be like that. Y'all know it's so many of us that have already had the opportunity to see our kids move on. Some of us have kids that have already graduated college. They started families. Some of them are married. Um, it's some kids that are already into their fields. So it's people that have been doing this for a very, very long time. So you got people to lean on, you got people to talk to. You're not going through this alone. You have no reason to ever feel alone when it comes to certain things in life, because this is not a lot of this is not new. It's just happening new to you. All right. Rod, next. You want to make sure that you're like, to with people who are struggling with this, you want to make sure that you're keeping your friendships up. You want to continue to do the things that you were doing with your friends. Don't start limiting things because now you got a whole lot of alone time to sit and just be in your miserable slump. No, we getting out these slumps. And since we in 2024, the year of telling the truth, because welcome back, truth. I'm glad we back to accepting truth now. Truth is popular again. Y'all was so scared, man, to tell the truth. People been lying so long, they just been lying, and the truth felt like a lie. I mean, the lie felt like a truth. I was so goddamn happy. I'm so happy that the truth is popular again. What's up, my friend? Hello there, darling. How are thee? Yes, happy podcast Wednesday. I'm so aren't y'all Siobhan, aren't you happy that truth is popular again? We don't have people you now, it used to be frowned upon that people told the truth. I don't even know how we had even gotten to that stage of where it was frowned upon. But we got to that because we started believing all kind of BS. We started believing that the people in the streets was real street niggas. We start we start because and the reason why I say that is because what we know as being real street gangsters and people that was in the street, they was not just terrible people. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different level now. So we had people believing that was real. We had snitches being popular. And I'm talking about people doing dead wrong and going and acting like they ain't got nothing to do with it. That's what I call a snitch. I ain't talking about if you seen somebody shoot somebody, you don't tell. What I'm talking about is your involvement and you acting like you're not involved. That's a snitch. So yeah, it's true popular again. I was doing a list of how to help people that are struggling with emptiness, and I done got over here on truth being popular. But baby, I'm happy because truth is popular again. Truth is popular again. Y'all know it, and it's I'm so sad that it took Cat Williams to bring that out. What she say? Yes, ma'am, I love it. Be straightforward. This is good for us Virgos. We're not so bad after all. Virgos ain't never been bad. Virgos ain't never been bad. It's just that Virgos are liars. That's the only thing. But y'all ain't never been bad. But truth is popular again, my friend. Yes, I'm so happy about that. I'm thirsty. It's popular again. I'm thrilled. All right. So next up for a struggling person, because we after we get through this list for the struggle people who are struggling, we're gonna jump into the list of the people who are already in that journey, and they can tell you what they doing and how they doing and what we doing and You ain't never heard y'all that Virgos are liars? Embellish. They embellish, not liars, like embellish. I won't say liars, but they embellish. Because they're very truthful. They just embellish. Yeah, it's gotta be embellished. It gotta be embellished. Okay, so like I said, don't forget about your friendship. Don't forget about your friendships. Make sure you're keeping those up in tow when you're going through your moments, so that you can always have people that are there for you, even while you're when you're happy, sad, unhappy, what unhappy, all of that. You just want to make sure you got people you can lean on. Your relationship with your siblings, your family, your parents, your family, make sure you're keeping that going as strong as you can and as long as you can. If you're trying to grow on your job or find something new, now is the time. When you come into that stage of emptiness, and you can start doing things differently for yourself. You can start choosing different paths, um loving yourself in a different manner that you weren't able to do before. So it's just a couple of different things. It's more than a couple of different things, but there are different things that you can do to start to make sure that you help yourself manifest what you already have in play, if or start putting into play. Because like I said, everybody don't always have a plan with moving forward. They need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of direction, if they haven't already went through that stage of it. But then you have the ones that have already been knowing what they want to do, but then they just get into that little slump of like, what's next? Just because they're in their feelings and their emotions and all of that. And I can honestly say I know I'm one of those people who have already prepared and planned for it, but I still have my emotional days. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh, I can get sick. Um, should you be should if you have been working on something significantly important for you, do it. Make it happen. Like that book you was writing, that book you wanted to write, um, those recipes you wanted to put together, anything, shit, poetry. If you want to travel more, if you want to spend more time with your grandkids, just anything that you have a focus for and a demand for, you can start working toward that. Okay. And one more thing I wanted to say. Do fun and creative things. Do fun and creative things. Like, man, don't stop being like, all I can do is just go to what we got. What is it? Pockets and the other Zengalas. Pockets. Just, I mean, come on now. I know that's only like pool halls really that we got here, but like if you gotta get just to have a different place to play pool, you just get on the road and go play pool somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, change your surroundings, because changing your surroundings helps build character. It helps you learn different things, because you got to get out of where you're at. You got to get out of where you are so that you can start to see more of the world. Is things out there that you've not seen. I'm like, people, I met a person the other day that has never been to the zoo, and their response was, well, I could see that on Animal Planet. And I was like, in person you can see it on Animal Planet? This in person? It was like, but I'd rather just watch it on Animal Planet. I was like, oh, okay. So most people that have already put their kids out, or not put them out, send them off to their lives, and now they're starting to do the things they're doing, albeit college, living their own lives, married, like I said, all the different things that um have mattered to them. Now they've already started building in their own lives. So you got to leave your comfort zone for growth. Trust me, you definitely do. It's important. It's definitely important. You got to step outside the box to see new things. You got to work on, you want to see it though. Like, what is there to do in your hometown that you haven't done already? What is there? Like, you got it can't be. Mm-mm. It got to be more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta want to see more. I don't care if you come back home to your hometown every time the trip over with, that because that's where you live. But you got to actually step outside to see different things. Nobody's saying that you got to pack up and move, but you do got to be willing to be like, I want to see this, and actually go do it. Now, if you have the opportunity. And a lot of people, if you don't have the opportunity, you don't even have to drive most of the time. People have friends. Y'all putting in to go on these trips. There's ways to do it, especially with people who love you. They know they want. Especially they know you ain't been nowhere. They willing to go. They gonna take you. All right. So people, like I said, there are people who are already working toward their after the part of raising children and all that. So for the ones that already are deep into it, and that have been doing it, these are things that they have suggested you to keep doing, because these are things that they're doing. They're volunteering. And some of their volunteering has been like mid fostering, where they're like a guardian ad litem, where they're going to check in on children and make sure that the kids have what they're supposed to have. They're not being foster parents, but they're taking the opportunity to check on children and making sure that they're getting and having the lives that they're supposed to have. That's what they're doing. So you don't, as a volunteer of many things involved with children, you don't have to take on an everyday um you don't have to take on an everyday venture with them to be involved with them. You can continue to do other types of work, and volunteering is one of them. Clean your house. A lot of y'all haven't taken things out of y'all house since y'all children were children. Clean your house. Get rid of some of that stuff. Declutter. That's a task that you'll be doing for a little minute if you've been raising your kid in almost the same house that they've been living in almost all, like, their whole life. A lot of us don't have that issue, but you still have a lot of stuff. Now, declutter. Get rid of a lot of those things. You'll make some room in your house to add in to some new things that you want to do, to bring in some art, to bring in some character, to expose yourself to those new things. Because what can end up happening when you get into a funk is you can stay in a funk and you can die. Just like an old person can take 4,000 steps to 6,000 steps a day so that they can live longer, and a younger person is taking 10,000 steps or 8,000 steps a day just so that they can continue to make sure they live to that age of that to that old age. We have to be responsible for what we're doing to ourselves. We have to be. All that, oh, they not doing this and they not helping here. It's not their responsibility. It's yours. It's your body, your life. So declutter, clean up some of that shit. Get creative. You definitely, I said earlier, get creative. Don't try to do the same things over and over again. Like you've already mastered that. So why you keep doing it? You've already done it. If you are a writer and somebody that needs to get more afoot with it, take that time to tap that pen to that paper. And for the healthy people, because we know a lot of us want to start being more into our health, our food, our lifestyles, our things that matter to us, are making us live longer. Plant that garden. Start that garden. What's going on, Mr. Cooper? How you doing? We want to make sure that we are taking the opportunity to do different things, like especially when it comes to our health. So it's like that. A lot of the things that are happening to us in our lives, like I said, have already happened to other people. So this advice is coming from them, but it doesn't mean that they walk straight into doing it. These are things that they found out to be more helpful with them as they were on their journey. As they're on their journey. Because everybody don't have it together, y'all. Nobody can't even pretend like they doing it because they lying. It don't just you gotta. You gotta learn this. It don't just happen. You gotta become acquainted to things because something might work for somebody else that may not work for you. That's a good one. Feng shui, yes, ma'am. That feng shui. I'm telling you, the comfort in your house is very important. It's hard for me to function well when it's clutter. It's hard. I be about to blow my head. So yeah, plant that garden, do that healthy shit for yourself because there's so many things that you want to do to improve you. So go ahead and take that time to do it. What's up, Beezy? How you doing, boo? We're gonna turn our hobbies into businesses, especially if we're good at it. A lot of y'all were in the kitchen baking, and now y'all got treat businesses and baking companies and all that. So it done went from something that you did on a regular basis because you just enjoyed it to something that you're doing and you making money off of it. And it's not just a day-to-day I might do this. It's an actual routine now. It's an actual routine. So you have to be in a place of constant opportunities when you turn your hobbies into your businesses. Take time for self-care and relax. As you get older, the more you realize how important self-care is. And you can't do that in a dirty place. You can't have that in a clouded area. So that's why I said declutter. All that stuff all the different things that are building up towards certain things. It's a reason why. If you don't have this, it's hard for you to have this. If you don't have this, it's hard for you to have this. These building blocks matter. Yes, your home should be your sanctuary and somewhat of an oasis. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Comfort, zen, healthy, all that. And this is the time also to focus on your health. Focus on your health. And one thing one person said was to be a grateful empty nester. They notice that they were the happiest when they focus on what's going well in life rather than what's not. So every day they try to write down or at least think of several things that they're grateful for. You know how many people don't get up and give thanks for where they are, the benefit of what they've been doing. Um you it's a lot that comes along with being your best advocate. You have to be your best advocate. You got to push and do things that matter more to you first sometime. And you got to speak up for yourself. Then it says, my home is like a goddamn circus with Dennis, that's not good. That's not good. I'm sorry. That's not good. You gotta and I'm glad you're acknowledging that. But it's not good. You got to take some time to start figuring out what needs to go where and how it needs to be for you to have a better day-to-day organizational lifestyle. I'm telling you, a decluttered home, and I see y'all still keep jumping back to that, but a decluttered home is one of the best places to be. Knowing where everything is, feeling good about it, not having to stress yourself out about the certain things. That's what decluttering is for you, for your soul, for your heart, for your brain. It does so much good. I'm telling you, like you breathe better. Breathe the air, taste the air. It all works out good. It's for your good. It's for your interest. It's for your interest. I'm gonna just stay on the road in my you better go to the house and declutter and declutter that damn house for real. You will not have a sound home or life if your house is a damn mess. You will not. You will not. I cannot think right if my house is not clean. B, bleach. Bleach, B. Bleach. It feels so good. You sit down on that couch and you just be like, hey girl, hey. How you doing? It's something. It's just something. It's something about B say it's something about a peace of mind when your house is clean. It's nothing like a clean home. Nothing like a clean home. I don't care what nobody say. A little bleach in the dishwater every time the dishes get ran. Every time a sink of dishes get ran, it's got to have some bleach in them. See, y'all listen, we about to turn into the black moms on here. We about to turn into that because come on, we already at that age, but I'm saying the stuff that y'all typing in these comments is turning dead into. Of course, I'm a black mom, and of course, I put bleach in my water because I'm a black mom. What do you say? They call me Molly Mae around it. So well, at least you're cleaning. That's all that matters. I don't like. I don't care what it takes to get done. Then it's just do the job and get it done. We gonna all 2024. This is the year of truth. Clean y'all houses. Declutter them motherfuckers now. Clean them. Nothing beats a clean house, lit candles, and oh my God, Sharika, baby, I feel like I just made $1 million, and I feel like $1 million when that house clean. I pour that wine. I sit down like, baby, I done tackled the world. I done solved the world's problems. Nothing nobody could tell me. Nothing. Because I'm feeling good now. Yes. Some people need bleach in their bath water too. Man, Dennis, you're not finna start this today. You is not. You are not, I mean. You are not. Wait, okay. Girl, I get mad when my kids move. B, I almost threw this paper at this computer. Girl, it don't move, touch, nothing. I think that's gonna be probably one of the best things that I love about an empty nest is that nothing ain't gonna be messed up. Nothing. My kids pretty good with that though. I got girls, so they take it out of place, they put it back in place. Only one that'll take your shit and not put it back in place is my youngest child. But yeah, we clean over there. Emma McQueen, I'm traumatized from bleaching. Oh, ooh, that's your mama, huh? I'm sorry. She know what it is. Ain't nothing like having bleach. It ain't nothing. And pine sol, baby, that floor gonna smell like good pine. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. If it ain't got pine sol on the floor, it ain't clean. Get off my comment, Dennis. I get real big than once. I like those candles. Nobody better not blow it out till I say blow it, and because it's gonna be me that do that. And don't light my candles. Don't just come to the house and start lighting my candles. Them candles is for a clean house, a clean smelling house, not a straightened up house. Now I might at night sometime, just want to have a candle lit because I want the candle lit. But a candle is for a clean house, not a straightened up house. So don't light my candles. Baby, them feet be get the rubbing together when that house clean. I already know. I already know, baby. I figured that was your mama. She said, "Dennis, get off now." Oh my goodness! Listen, there's nothing like declutter. That's why I was so. That's one of the top answers on how to keep living feeling good when your children move out. Because once you see your house decluttered, you ain't gonna want no. Even when your grandkids come over there, they're gonna learn what it is now in the house. It won't be the way it was when your kids was at the house. It's where it is now. Don't touch. It's still gonna be don't touch my stuff, but it's gonna be way more decluttered and able for you to see once you start taking this advice and start implementing it, especially if you don't like to clean. So let's declutter. Have your friends over for dinner a little bit more often, and talk to your other friends, and to make sure the ones that are also that are dealing with the empty nesting thing too. Make sure y'all hanging out so y'all can do stuff together, so y'all ain't got to worry about everybody what's going on with the kids every single day, because you're doing something every single day, or you doing something every other weekend. You hanging out, you keeping it moving. One thing about me, I don't mind being by myself, but I love being around my people too. But I definitely don't mind being by myself. And I've been like that all my life because I'm the oldest of 10 children. I need to be by myself sometimes. No. Keep a positive attitude. And that's the one thing that they said is what's keeping them going, because that positive attitude gives them the ability to travel. Just jump on the road and be like, all right, man, this weekend I'm going to such and such. Yes. I love that. I love stuff like that. I love it. Absolutely love it. Take that time to just jump out there and go, go, go. Some of y'all might be interested in learning a new language. So if you are, go ahead and do that, because I'm gonna stay over here on English side. I might say we, because I want to know the general things of what to say and what I need when I'm in these countries. But otherwise, I'm not trying to take all that time to learn a whole nother language. Take yourself shopping. Update your wardrobe. Best time in the world to do that, when you ain't got to be sitting up taking somebody else school shopping every year and buying all these Christmas presents and doing all those different things. Take yourself shopping. Go buy yourself something and do it. If you don't do it, if you're one of them type of people like, I don't want to spend all that money all at this time, we'll do it in parts. But you're going to have to start treating yourself true. I love being by myself. And number 5 and 9 kids. Yes, baby. Love to be by myself, honey. Definitely take yourself shopping though. Learn gadgets. Become more gadget friendly, because the world is turning into pure gadgets. So you definitely want to start learning these gadgets, because you're gonna have grandkids that's gonna need be aware of. Your children are already off the chain with the gadgets. They know everything. So that at some point they gonna be behind. We already said refresh your spaces, but they adding on to it because everybody know that a decluttered home. It keep going back to everybody keep dropping their comments in with some about decluttering because everybody know that it ain't nothing like a clean space. Everybody know that what he talking about. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't drink and I'm drunk. Shut up. Get off, Dennis. You so stupid. All right. And since your children are all grown up now, work on that relationship with them, that grown-up relationship. Start building a stronger relationship with them as adults. Start looking at ways to respect them differently because you have to respect them differently. If you're in a relationship or in a marriage, make it stronger. That's the time. That is the time to start doing things that y'all did not do because y'all was always glued into the children. Glued in with the children. Be responding to you. Then she said she'll get better with time. Give her time. If you're gonna stay with her, you gotta give her time. Lord knows these women be giving y'all time. A lot of time. Nurture your friendships on a continual basis. You don't never want to stop. You don't want to leave your friends in a bad situation, and because they ain't gonna never leave you in one. Become more financial savvy, whether it's investing, saving, portfolios, whatever. Become more savvy at whatever you're doing. That's all. I'm not even putting that comment up there. Yes, I am, because you're stupid. But only reason why, because I know you joking. But still these comments right here be some things that people actually be going through in real life. He just making jokes off of it because we know that people have actually been this way. You know what I'm saying? People have actually experienced that. We see people doing that. But yeah, talk to financial people so that you can become way more savvy at your finances. If y'all like pets, get you one. Get you a pet, and start planning events to where you and your friends can get together and y'all actually doing things that like have other people around. So if you're a part of a volunteer organization, that's the time that you can actually plan something, and then it becomes more something that may become an annual thing. It can become something that y'all are doing on a monthly basis. But regardless of the fact, we know that this is something you've implemented so that this becomes something that you guys are all a part of. And then you have people that are supporting it and that are able to donate toward it and do all of those things. So those are other important things to do. And I already said travel more, but take a road trip by yourself as well. And it could be a flight, it could be a road trip, whatever. But make sure you let somebody know where you're going and what you're doing. But plan something just for you with that you time. I really want to make sure people realize that we only get one of these things that we call lives. Just one. That's all. We don't get to roll over and get up again and have the opportunity to do it all over again because that was fake. It didn't feel good. We don't have that watch that rewinds in time because that's in movies. But what we do have is the purpose and the time in our lives now. And yes, it hurts to know that the people that you have spent and dealt and given most of your life to is now and no longer of that everyday need of you and that everyday support of you. It may feel sad and emotional, but it's just preparing you for the next part of what they need you for. Continue to know that your children and your loved ones will always need you because what you've given them is something to keep looking forward to. Okay? So I really hope that everybody takes the time and use your energy in a positive manner when it comes to what you need and how you should be doing things for you, the way you should be doing things for you, because it's super important that we do, because you want your kids to be like, my mama took care of herself. My daddy did this. He ran miles. He made sure he looked out for himself. My dad never was sitting up here treating himself bad. I don't remember that part, anything like that in my life, to know that my father was bad toward himself to where he couldn't take care of me. Your kids are watching. So whatever you're showing them when it comes to how you're dealing with stress and anxiety and all that, that's how they're going to deal with it. So make sure you give showing them good shit when it comes to you letting them go so they can move on with their lives so you can start enjoying the second half of yours. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Happy Wednesday. Y'all know I appreciate y'all as usual, especially y'all commented. Y'all be in the comments going ham and just going ham. Going ham. You know what I'm saying? But just for those purposes, I want y'all to always remember that your life, you were Bianca, you were D, you were Siobhan, you were who else was in the comments? Stephanie, Tars. Now you were all these people before they came along. Remember that, and always think about what you are going to continue to do to show that you are who you are, so that they can continue to be proud of you. All right, y'all take it easy, and I'll catch y'all here next Wednesday. Peace.